saw Amy Klobuchar behind, I believe, Governor Walz while that press conference was happening. I believe we spoke with her one-on-one, so hopefully we can get to this sound from Senator Amy Klobuchar.
Okay. I just look at it through the eyes of one of my friends who is a mom of 3 of the kids that were in that mass, and her daughter, who's a 7th or 8th grader, watched 2 of her friends shot, one in the stomach, one in the neck. When she got out of the church, she had to tell the dad of one of them what had happened as a 12-year-old. And so you think as parents of that glorious week where you drop your children off for school and they have a new teacher and they're all excited. That's what was going on with these kids. And they're at an all-school mass, tiny little kids down to, kindergarten all the way up to 8th grade. The little ones are in with the big ones. And then this happened. And I really appreciated the words of the Archbishop and the school leadership. They're going to need a lot of love. More security for the church, yes, of course. All those things we know has to happen. And getting to the bottom of the motives and trying to do something about all these guns, that is all important without hurting legal gun owners at all. But today is a day of thinking of this church family and the surrounding community, because the individuals that are the families that are waiting outside operating rooms right now or in the hospital. The best news I had today was when the police chief announced that they believe all the other kids will survive. But that still leaves of 8 and a 10-year-old families who dropped their kids off that day thinking this was a beautiful day. Maybe they're going to the fair this weekend, hanging out as a family, and they'll never see their kids alive again. So that's the first, but the fact that we have Children's Hospital and we have incredible doctors and nurses, and that these kids survived when they're so little to be shot like that, and the fact that they got under the pews, and that there's actually a safety plan was put in place that I think really saved a lot of lives. And I think we're also going to hear about the heroism of the church, heroism of the teachers and the people that were there today. And those stories will be really important to tell, because in all of this hatred, you have to always remember there are heroes, and there's people that stand up for their neighbors.
I'll ask you about the heroes and the helpers.
Yeah.
Because I've been talking about that a lot here. Just standing outside here and seeing somebody bring a dog up so the kids who are leaving could pet a dog. There's a kid who lives down the street who brought a radio flyer full of water and soda for people, and it's just kind of like seeing this community come together to me has been remarkable, and I just wonder what you've seen there.
Yeah, it has always been a close-knit neighborhood, and it's this mixture. I mean, look at this. The school is right next to houses, and the houses are right next to stores, and they have this incredible sense of community between the schools. There's other schools here. There's Catholic school. There's public school, and I don't think that this madman is going to destroy that part of this neighborhood. But these kids that witnessed that shooting, that's going to be with them forever, and I know their families are going to have to be doing a lot of work with them. And so all we can do as a community is do everything that we can support them.
Yeah, you heard her mention a lot about the children and what they would have to do, moving forward, how they feel right now, maybe still in shock. We know that people handle grief differently and trauma differently as well. So some of them, as we heard from what was his name?
Weston.
Well, little Weston. I mean, you would never know, but that's the resilience of children. And again, probably still in shock. So as we start to try to go into the minds of what they will have to deal with, we have someone in an interview.
Yeah, because resilience doesn't always stay resilience, right? So we want